Trump targets EU and Mexico with new 30% tariff threats. President Trump has just added Mexico and the European Union to his growing list of trade targets, threatening 30% tariffs on both, with just weeks to go before the August 1st deadline. In letters posted to Truth Social on Saturday, Trump said the US is willing to keep working with the EU, but emphasized that America runs a major trade deficit with the bloc. "We have decided to move forward, but only with more balanced and fair trade," he wrote. EU pushes back, threatens countermeasures. The response from Europe was swift. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the EU remains open to negotiation, but warned that a 30% tariff would seriously hurt supply chains, businesses and consumers on both sides of the Atlantic. She added that the EU is ready to take proportionate countermeasures if an agreement isn't reached by August 1st. French President Emmanuel Macron echoed that sentiment on X, urging the EU to accelerate its anti-coercion planning and prepare credible countermeasures now, not later. Mexico also found itself in the crosshairs, and for a different reason. In his letter to Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, Trump tied the new 30% tariffs to fentanyl trafficking and border control, writing, "Mexico has been helping me secure the border, but what Mexico has done is not enough." Mexico's economy minister Marcelo Ebrard called the new rate unfair and said US and Mexican negotiators are actively working on a compromise. Sheinbaum echoed that optimism, saying the letter's language shows both sides still aim to reach a deal before August 1st. Trump also warned both parties that if they retaliate with their own tariffs, the US will respond by adding that amount on top of the 30% already planned. That means a 10% EU counter-tariff would result in 40% US duties on European goods. The Trump administration blames not only tariffs but also non-tariff barriers like Europe's digital services taxes, which target US tech companies operating across the continent. This latest move follows a year of roller coaster trade policy, where Trump has announced, paused, modified and reactivated tariffs on a weekly basis. In May, Trump threatened a 50% tariff on EU goods, declaring, "I'm not looking for a deal." He later backed off, pausing the tariff rollout mid-April. But on Saturday, he made it clear, the US is done waiting. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent backed the move, saying the EU's trade proposals have fallen short, especially compared to those from partners like the United Kingdom, which recently finalized an early deal to avoid new tariffs. Trade at stake $976 billion, with the EU $840 billion with Mexico. This isn't a small skirmish, the economic stakes are massive. According to the US Trade Representative, the EU is America's largest trading partner, with nearly $976 billion in two-way goods traded in 2024. Mexico comes second at $840 billion, followed by Canada at $762 billion. And all three are now facing major new tariffs unless last-minute deals are reached by the August 1st deadline. Stay with DataDrop Daily for the clearest breakdowns of business, policy and market trends, all in under 5 minutes.